afternoon,
Marijn van Heiningen.
Matthijs.
Alright. How's your travels?
Yeah, it was okay. I live close by here, so I don't have to travel that long, to be honest. So
That's good. Alright, let's get straight to the point. Why are you here? Why did you apply for this job?
why did I apply for this job? Well, as I also stated in my letter, when I got my first iPod and I saved for this iPod myself, then I realized like, whoa, I really like the product of Apple. And then I became also a big fan of the Apple products, and I also started to read about Steve Jobs, so I became even more fan. So the opportunity to work for Apple in Beijing, that's amazing also because I really want to experience different cultures.
Okay.
So therefore it was actually when I saw the vacancy, I thought like, okay, I really need to have to apply for this job.
So you're very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always good. Alright, nice. Well, also in your letter, as you mentioned, you stated that one of your qualities is that you're hardworking.
Yeah.
Can you give an example in which you were that hardworking?
Yes, I can give an example. For example, when I was doing an internship for my nursing degree, and it was like it was very hard for me because nursing came not as natural for me as like my other classmates. But when I was working in a hospital, then I really had a tough time. So then at one point I got like a lot of feedback from my supervisors that like, okay, you have to change this, else it will not be alright, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started also implementing the feedback. So I worked really hard, and in the end I was actually one of the best performing interns at the hospital, because I really took the feedback to heart. So there was also a thing that they say was really good of me, that I really tried to work with the feedback they gave me to improve myself.
That's very good.
Yeah. But there's also why working. If you work hard on something and you're committed to something, then it will work out.
You can achieve anything.
Yeah.
Very well. Okay. So hard work paid off for you in your nursing studies.
Yeah.
When we're talking about that, why did you do a nursing studies?
Well, to be honest.
Because now in business life it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, that is true.
So
why did I do it?
how did you come to that choice?
At a point, because my both parents, they're both teachers, and my mother also works in healthcare, and I had like no clue what to do after my high school. So I was really into sports at that time, so I was also thinking maybe about becoming a gymnastics teacher. Yeah, to be honest, there was not. I did not know what to do, and my parents said like, maybe that's good for you because there's also a lot of work in it, you know. So you will always have a job. Well, that is true, but the work itself is not something I'm very enthusiastic about. I even noticed it also when I was starting my business, that I enjoyed it so much more than with nursing. Although like nursing has also its good qualities, and I definitely learned a lot from my time as a nurse, like communication wise.
Yeah.
So like how to talk to people, how to comfort people, how to read people, you know, like that are I think very important life qualities. But also can also work probably as a salesman later for work. But
Okay, and in the end it got you what you wanted. You knew you didn't want to be a nurse for all.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You went to business.
Yeah.
Alright, what else did I write down? Well, in your resume you talk about strengths and weaknesses. What do you consider one of your weaknesses?
One of my weaknesses that I consider is that sometimes I'm so focused on something that I don't see the whole picture. So if I just like, because then I want to solve this problem, but then I just look so closely that I cannot figure it out. But when I and then sometimes I miss some small details. So if I take my time and be a bit more relaxed, then I can solve it. But that is something I often not do, and so that's also something I want to improve on.
Okay.
Actually, to be honest, for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Like an example of that is, for example, with my mathematics exam, I am studying hard for that. But when, for example, then I'm so focused, and then I miss some some numbers or a minus sign or a plus sign, and then I don't come to the correct conclusion. While if I take my time and like write everything carefully down, and I will come to the conclusion. And that's like also something that is like one of my weaknesses.
Okay. So if you just take your time and you take it easy, think about everything, and
Yeah, then it will be.
try to see the big picture, take a step back.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. It does give you the advantage that you can focus on small things, very, very strict. You also stated in your letter that you're a fan of the Apple products and its vision. You already said that you like Steve Jobs and that you read about Steve Jobs. But why, can you explain why you're such a fan of the Apple products and its vision?
Well, because in my opinion, like, because what Apple makes, like, also if you stand out from its first competitors, for example, if you look in the mobile phone industry, they are the only one who has like, who has an operating system with phones. Okay, Google is now coming with their phone, that is of course, but like for a long time Apple has been the only one, and that's because Apple creates for the software the perfect product, and also because therefore they can keep things so simple in the phone. It makes it easier for users. It's handy. For example, what I also really like is that, for example, privacy is really high on the list of Apple. That is something that all the other competitors don't have, because no one, I mean, Google is not really one too much to give their consumers a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
So that's something I really like about Apple. It's the total picture, the design, the software, and the product itself. And that's something for me that is really special, and that the fact that they're always innovative. They try to come up with new solutions. They try to come up with new things. That's something I really like and really admire.
Okay.
Because I myself also try to come up with creative solutions to solve a certain problem.
Yeah. Okay. Can you like give an example of that? Like, why do you like innovative companies? Why do you like that Apple is trying to develop further and further? Is it something you do in your life as well, or?
Well, what I try in my own life is I try to change, like try to develop myself all the time. So it can be by reading or by trying out new things. I think it makes you a completed person, and I think also with innovative companies, it's just like a lot of companies, they just do what consumers expect, and then it's fine. But I want to, like, when I want to work for a company, I want to do more. You know, I want to create something. I want to change the world with the products. You know, like what you put on the market, and that's something that Apple always tries to do. And nowadays it's harder for companies to actually do that, because it's like the innovation, like most things like in the phone are really innovative, so it's really hard to come up with new innovations, but they still strive to achieve that.
Okay, yes. Good. I also read about your time at Silverspot in your resume.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about your time there?
Yeah, it was a great time. The manager I worked under was Stalin Manuel. It was really good because he learned me like the essentials about business. He also took me to like because we had like this meeting in Barcelona, and we had to sell our products over there at a trade fair, which was very helpful. I learned a lot from that. Overall, because it was a small company, I could do like the marketing, I could just do the front and back office. I could just was also responsible for a certain amount of clients, also responsible for shipping, like shipments from China to the European clients, and arranging everything, planning. That was very interesting for me.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Okay, good. So final question, why should we hire you for this internship?
For a couple of reasons. Because I'm very enthusiastic. I know already a lot about Apple and also about the sector that I will be working in. I also am willing to like work hard and commit to like this internship, and I think that is very important to succeed. So I will try everything what I can to perform my job as good as possible. Therefore, I think you should choose me for the job.
Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well
Thank you for
done.
your time.
Thank you. We will let you know.